Hey everyone, hope you hop on and join us tonight. I am going to be inking a t-shirt. I have In a Field of Roses. She's a wild, and then it has the flowers, so a wild flower. So if you've never inked a t-shirt, Chocolate Tour has paste as well as ink. And ink, when you do that, it is permanent, it is washable. Like the shirt I have on, I probably washed 2 or 3 dozen times. So I was testing out the ink earlier and I got it all over my fingers. So we're gonna be doing ink in a t-shirt. I got a short sleeve navy blue t-shirt here. This is what we're gonna be inking tonight. So first thing you need is your t-shirt. And like I said, I bought a short sleeve t-shirt. I don't wear t-shirts pretty much except for in the summertime. So I got my t-shirt and I have a Chocolate Tour. This is like a sticky mat. What this does is it keeps the ink from bleeding through to one side of the shirt to the other. Hey Wanda! And I am gonna move this little tray up that had some ink in it so I don't get ink all over my t-shirt before I get started. So I'm gonna take this little mat and I'm gonna place it inside of my t-shirt. Back up so I can get to it. Place this inside of my t-shirt, kind of in the center where I'm going to put my design. This design is going to be a little bit lower because this is a V-neck t-shirt. I don't wear many round neck t-shirts. So it's all in your preference. And so I'm just going to smooth it out on this, make sure there's no wrinkles. Got it all in there. So then on your transfer doing it on material, you don't have to fuzz them. If you're doing it if I was doing it on a board or something, I would have to fuzz it because these are, like really, really sticky. I'm gonna show you, they are like really, really sticky. And that's made so they'll stick to their surface. But since this is a t-shirt, we're not gonna fuzz it. And I am gonna try, I'm gonna kind of, I'm not sticking the sticky side together, I'm sticking the other side together, and I'm trying to kind of find out where my center of my transfer is so I can get my transfer in the center of my t-shirt. Since my t-shirt is a V-neck, I want to make sure I got it right in the center. So all I'm doing now is, let's see if I can turn you around a little more so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just pressing it down on my t-shirt, making sure I got it down really good. Make sure there's no air pockets, no air bubbles, no wrinkles underneath it, because anytime there's a wrinkle or air bubble, when you do it, you put your paste on, here's a chance of your paste bleeding. So that's the reason you want to make sure that it's down really, really good. Looks like I got a piece of my hair in it. Make sure I got all that out from under it. Don't want to ink that into my transfer. Hey Rebecca, y'all, thanks for joining me. If you haven't followed me, make sure you follow me. Please sprinkle, share the love. And if you're not sure what that is, Facebook doesn't like the word share. So we say sprinkle the love, show the love. Okay, so I have it down on my t-shirt really good. We're gonna take our ink with one of our little squeegees. And you wanna make sure that you don't get this ink anywhere that you don't want it, because it is permanent. Once I heat set, it'll permanent. You can wash these t-shirts in the wash machine just like you do any other clothes. It's not gonna come off. On anything else, it's not gonna come off. Like I said, this one I've been wearing, I made it last winter. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of paste on my thing, and I'm just gonna start at the top where my design is. And what you're doing is you're taking this and you're pushing that paste. I hope you can see what I'm doing. You're pushing that paste through your silk screen on your transfer. Let me show you another one. The silk screen is anywhere, like this one right here, the silk screen is anywhere there's white. So we're pushing that paste through that silk screen, and it doesn't take a lot of effort. Just kind of push it down there using a little squeegee, pushing it down. So I've got that little flower. I'm just coming over and go into the next section. I try to do it in sections to make sure I get it good. And like I said, it doesn't take a lot of paste. Put a little bit more on there. I'm just sliding it across the transfer, making sure that I fill in everywhere there's, now that a silk screen is on my shirt, it looks blue because that's the color on my shirt. As you see, if you've never tried chalk, it's a lot of fun. I have if you're local, I have workshops on Friday nights. I post them on my page. We can do inks, we can do signs, all kinds of things. So I'm making sure as I go across, I'm making sure I've gotten it everywhere. And I kind of want to make sure I got it the same thickness. That's the reason I'm going down it in one direction. You don't want to keep going all over it, because you do that, you're pushing paste up, possibly pushing paste up under, especially if you're doing another, on wood and stuff. It's a chance that you might be pushing that paste up under the transfer. So I'm just doing the top. Like I said, I don't want to get my paste nowhere I'm not, I don't want it to be. I don't want to make sure it's all the way. Okay. I'm just going down it to make sure I'm getting the excess paste off, and I'm just using it in the next spot. Because it really doesn't take a lot. This is going to be so cute. I can't wait till the summer when I can start wearing a bunch of t-shirts. Like I said, I don't wear t-shirts. I'm not a big t-shirt fan to start with. That's the reason I like the doing them on the V-necks or the lower round necks, because I don't like a t-shirt up and around my neck, especially in the summertime. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I don't get my sleeves in it, because it is, like I said, it is permanent. Okay, I'm checking now to make sure that I look like I've got it on there even. There's a couple places right there that look like it might be just a little bit lighter. Because this is a navy shirt, so it does take a little bit of ink, since it is a navy shirt. And I'm using white. I don't want it to turn out not thick enough on there. So I'm trying to make sure I got it on there good before I pull my transfer off. Okay, it looks like I had all the flowers. I got all the letters. Okay. And I've scraped all the excess paste off, the ink off. I'm putting it back in my jar. As long as you haven't mixed your colors, you can put it back in your jar, and you can use that little bit of ink again. Okay, I'm gonna get this out of my way, and I am gonna get a baby wipe here. And baby wipes are your best friends when you're chalking or inking. I'm just gonna make sure I don't have any ink on my hands before I go lifting this off. So now, it comes up, they're on a backer sheet. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna pull it off, and I'm gonna start at one corner, and I'm gonna make sure I got it where it looks good. Oh, that is so pretty. And then I'm just gonna lay this on my backer sheet until I can take it to my sink and wash it. And when you wash these transfers, they're good for 10, 12 or more. But look at this. So we're gonna take it and dry it a little bit. So if you have any questions, you be free to ask me any questions about the chalk or the design, and then we'll heat set it and it'll be permanent. But the ink has got to be dry before you can heat set it. The ink has got to be dry. So I'm going to dry it a little bit, and then I'm going to pull my sticky mat out. So if you're just tuning in, say hey and let me know that you're watching with us. We're inking a t-shirt tonight. This is so cute. The chocolate door has hundreds of designs. I will link the transfer. This transfer actually comes out tomorrow. All the new spring and it's a big release hitting tomorrow. If you didn't see my live that I did earlier of all the transfers that are coming out tomorrow, all the new surfaces that are coming out tomorrow, make sure you go back and watch my follow me and watch my live from earlier today. It was around 3 o'clock or so. I did a live showing all the new stuff, all the new inks, all the new paste. Paste have black tops, inks have white tops. This was a strawberry swirl. We had a shimmer violet, new color for the ink. We've got a new shimmer pucker. This is a yellow. We've got a paste that is metallic eggshell blue. Gorgeous color on. Shimmer peach cobbler. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it. To make our signs and stuff. Okay. I think I got this dry enough now. And I'm going to pull my mat out. Oh, and I forgot to get me a piece of parchment paper. Might have to grab that. I was trying to make sure I had all my stuff laid out. So I'm just pulling this up a little bit, trying to be careful not to overlay it on each other. And I'm going to pull my mat out. And see, it's got a little bit of ink on it. Just take a baby wipe, wipe it off, and keep getting it. Look at this. Look at my shirt. Isn't that so cute? Okay. Let me grab the parchment paper, because you need to put that in between my iron. That was the only thing I forgot. I'm up here in my shop today, so we're going to dry this a little bit more. I didn't want to dry it too much on my board because I didn't want my sticky mat to stick to the inside of it. So we're going to dry it just a little bit more. We need to make sure it's good and dry before I heat set it because it is still a little bit damp. And if it's damp, the ink will come off of it. Like I said, these are permanent. And as you can see behind me, hanging on the thing over here, chalk has a lot of transfers. And like I said, the new ones are released. This one, and I think there's about 25 or so are being released tomorrow. Being a designer, I'm able to purchase some of them a little bit before, so I can have them in, so I can start showing them the day they go available. If you're interested in the club this month, each month we have a chalk club. Each month we have a new transfer, a new surface comes out. This month the transfer was these cute little transfers right here. And they sent you a wooden phone holder. It's got the little hole in it so your cord can go through it. And I chalked that on there. I did this live yesterday, so if you're interested in that, you can go back and look at that. Isn't that so cute? That's the club. Each month, club comes out with a transfer and a surface. And you get if it's ink, you get the ink. Like 1 month it was an apron. We've gotten oven mitts. We've gotten boards. one month it was a cowboy boot. And they send you the transfer and the surface and the paste or ink you're gonna need. You can always change up your colors. The colors in that were cherry, a pink, and a green, and I changed it up because I wanted the teal. This is still just a little bit damp. I think it'll be. I just don't want my parchment paper to stick to it. This doesn't get hot as my little dryer, but my other dryer, I can't talk when I'm using it because it is so low. I'm just going to hit everything again right here real quick, get kind of down on it and get it dry enough so we can go ahead. Let me cut my heat press on one and get that hot. Okay, I got my heat press on, getting hot. And so we'll, thanks Wanda, thanks Rebecca. Hey Wilma. Just joining us, we are inking a t-shirt. I'm getting it dry now so we can heat set it. I think I got it dry enough. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my heat mat in between the two layers of the shirt because you'll see why when we turn it inside outwards. I'm going to stick this in here and get it where it's on my mat. I need to move my mat over just a little bit. And we're going to heat set this so this ink will be permanent. Okay. And my heat press is almost hot enough. And I'm just going to tear me off a piece big enough to use. Now you don't want to use wax paper. You're using parchment paper, and you can use one you can buy. It's a parchment paper that's like a permanent. You can use it all the time. I just have a roll of it. That was the quickest thing I found a while ago when I had to look for it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm waiting for my thing. It's got to get like 305 or so degrees, 305 degrees. And we're going to heat set this, and it'll make it permanent. So if you're local, and I mean local, if you know me, a lot of you know me, you know where local is. I have workshops. And you can get a group together and do a workshop. We can do t-shirts, we can do towels, we can ink just about anything. We can chalk just about anything. The chalk paste will go on anything. The designs will go on anything. Okay, it is almost hot enough. So I'm gonna lay the parchment paper down on it. There goes, it's beeping for me. This is my heat press. And so what I'm doing now, and I'm not gonna let it sit, and it's gonna time it for me about 30 seconds. And I'm heating, setting it in there, so make this ink permanent. That's the reason I said you don't want to get ink anywhere you don't want it. If you happen to get something on your shirt before you heat set it, sometimes you can get it out. It depends on what color you're using and what color your background is. I have gotten a little bit of paste and stuff out. I'm hoping this thing was dry enough. It's not sticking to mine. And I'm going to give it just a little more than 30 seconds since I'm moving it around. You're supposed to do it like in 30 seconds and then 30 seconds over here. I'm just going to give it a little bit more here. Okay. We're going to take this and... Okay, you see the steam coming off my shirt. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull our pad out. We're going to turn this shirt inside outwards, and we're going to heat set the other side. And you'll see why I put the pad in there. You can see where it bled through a little bit. By putting that pad in there, it's not bleeding through to my other side of my shirt. Because this is kind of a thin t-shirt. This is not a thick t-shirt. So now I'm going to stick my pad back in there. If you don't have a pad, you can always pick a piece of cardboard, just something in there that's not going to damage, so the heat's not going to damage your table, and the heat's not going to, you got something in there so the ink is not going to go to your other side of your shirt. Because if you didn't put something in there and if it was just a little bit damp, it would, that ink would go on the back of your shirt, especially when it's inside outward. So I'll put the parchment paper back down. We're going to hit it for another 30 seconds or so. And this is going to finish heat setting it, and then it's ready to wear. Sometimes I'll turn my t-shirts inside out. Sometimes I don't remember to do them. But this one I have on, I did last winter. And this happens to be the hot pink. You know me, that's one of my favorite colors. And I wear it at least once a week. So it's been washed dozens and dozens of times. And the ink is permanent. It's not going to come off on anything else. It's not going to come off on itself. You know how when you buy t-shirts and that rubbery stuff on them and they peel up eventually? No, not ink. My grandson, I did him a t-shirt. I know it's 4 years ago. And I made the t-shirt. It was really big. And he is still wearing it. And the ink on it looks just as good today as it did when I made it 4 years ago. Because it was one of the first things I ever inked. Okay. See, it did bleed through a little bit. And that was the reason I was doing it, so it's not on the back of my t-shirt. Oh, I still got the tag on my t-shirt. Look at there. And it's probably backwards. I don't know how to switch it. I know when used to be, but Facebook's changed everything. I'm not sure. Let me know, is it backwards to y'all? I think it is. I think it's backwards. It says, in a field of roses, she's a wild, and then there's flowers. And see, it didn't bleed to the back of my shirt. Love it. I can't wait to wear this. You can ink just about anything. I ink sweatshirts, little thin shirts, cotton shirts, towels, like dish towels, the cotton kind of dish towels, pot holders, tote bags. You can ink most anything. If you can get the, and if it's not gonna melt when you use an iron with it, you can heat set it, and it's permanent. So make sure you follow me on my Inspired Designs page. Please sprinkle and share the love. I will be live again tomorrow night, somewhere around 5 o'clock. Hope to catch you then.